How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Below Average Wrestling Podcast. My name is Mike.
And my name is John. What is it going, everybody?
Whoa, that's kind of quick there.
Hello.
Hey, I did it pretty good.
Hello, world.
Hello, world. Yes, welcome to the Below Average Wrestling. I'm so out of it, dude.
We were out of it last time. Why are we out of it? Because Raw and SmackDown were
sucked. They sucked.
Raw
That's
and
what we're out of
SmackDown
it.
were
I mean, you. What did you think it was? You thought it was okay?
Well, like I told you on Raw, I fell asleep.
Yeah,
I was tired, but I kind of fell asleep, and then I had to rewatch it on Hulu for the hour and a half because I realized. Remember, I told you that Hulu actually cuts out the parts that need to be cut out.
Yes.
That's why it's only an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But it was okay. And I want to say SmackDown was a little better because of the Gauntlet match. Because the Gauntlet match was really good.
Yeah.
But the outcome was whack. So that kind of just made it kind of.
They really did play with the emotions there on SmackDown, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
But I guess, before we get started with, our main topic, which is WWE's pissing off everybody on the road to WrestleMania.
Yes.
We do have a little glimmer of hope where AJ Styles has signed a new deal with WWE.
Yes, so I heard. I
don't know how long it is, so I guess really can't really get much into it. I'm going to assume it's probably going to be like the standard 5-year deal.
Couple mil.
I would say anywhere from 3 to 5 years.
I think he might have gone part-time.
I think he's got a more favorable schedule. I'm sure it's got a crap load of more money.
Yeah.
They needed to pay him because have you seen that gif of Cody Rhodes? He's coming for them. So yeah, they needed to pay him for sure. But yeah, man, what do you think about AJ sticking around?
That's cool, man. The thing is, like, I know he's lived most of his life in the Indies and doing that promotion, all that stuff. So I think that from the looks of it, he's probably just here to stay because technically, damn, my nose is itchy. WWE is the goal, and he's there, and he was valuable when he got there, and he's more valuable now. So I'm sure he's, I think he's just played it to his favor. Maybe got some good money and been able to, be able to spend some time with his family. I'm sure he's gonna become more of a part timer and everything's more to his favor. So congrats to him. I'm sure we're gonna get some more information once it gets released.
Now I think AJ is beating Randy Orton at WrestleMania.
Probably, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because Randy Orton's been there. You know what I mean? Like he said. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna beat him.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I'm with you. I think it's a good deal. I'm happy to have AJ back. Again, we don't know how many years it is or for how much money.
Because he's not that young either.
No, he's not.
You know what I mean? He's already hitting 40. He's about to hit 40 and everything. And when you start hitting 40, that's when you start
slowing down.
It starts slowing down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you.
I'm sure you know about hitting 40 when you start slowing down.
I'm about to start slowing down at 30. No, I'm just like, no, I'm gonna keep going. Never mind. I don't want to put that out into the universe.
Anyways, what else do we have to talk about? I guess we'll move on to our thing.
Happy birthday, Sting.
Oh, it is Sting's birthday, huh?
It is Sting's birthday.
That's right. Sting is probably your favorite wrestler,
yes,
right?
Sting. All day. I was watching some stuff when he first won his first title in 1990. It was cool.
Yeah. Well, happy birthday to Sting. Dude, that's how unprepared we are because A, you showed up a little late, but B, there really isn't anything to talk about.
So I actually thought about it.
This week of wrestling sucked.
It wasn't that great because I literally, to me, they're more of like a glimpse type thing that I'm like, yeah.
So I guess we're just gonna have to talk about what we can talk about. So what WWE's been doing is pissing off people this week, pretty much. It started off on Monday with Baron Corbin being announced that he will be the one to face Kurt Angle in his retirement match at WrestleMania.
Man, that sucks.
Yikes.
Like, I don't know. Like, I was asking you, I was like, you think that this was a Kurt Angle choice? I don't think so.
Hell no, it's not.
Like, it sucks that you have to go out with, I don't know, like, even though Baron Corbin's people know him and everything, but he's not significant to his career.
Yeah.
Other than this last, 6 months. Like, he did say, oh, he's a bit of a pain in my ass and because he's been bugged. But, like, you want to think somebody bigger would. Kind of like how HBK was Ric Flair's last match. That was historic. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, it's... I would... And what's his name? Kurt Angle's big enough. His name is big enough to be retired by somebody big.
He's a Hall of Famer. He deserves to go out.
And I don't think Baron Corbin is the person. Everybody thought that maybe... what's his name? John Cena would be it or something. He would be
the most logical choice.
Yeah, more logical choice. You know what I mean? I don't know. You never know. Things can happen from here to then. There's about 2-3 weeks, but you never know.
There's literally like 2 more Mondays left, bro.
Yeah, I don't even know what we doing. What we doing?
2 Mondays left before WrestleMania. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you, dude. I think that this was a crappy ass choice, first of all. And John Cena was like the best. John Cena would have been the choice.
Yeah.
John Cena would have. It would have been John Cena. John Cena debuted against Kurt Angle, and then having John Cena retire Kurt Angle would have probably been the best thing they could do. Now I'm going to assume that the reason they may not be adding a John Cena or a bigger high profile name is because they might want Angle to win as his final match and just kind of go off on a high note.
Yeah. Yeah, because usually they lose.
Right. Usually they would lose.
Usually they lose to their retirement. But technically, Angle, since he's already in the Hall of Fame, so it's kind of like more he's been retired, but he came back.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why, because I know that the HBK and all them, it was actually their last match until lately. In the how many years have passed? Like 10 years have passed since he took the Saudi Arabia money.
The Saudi money.
The Saudi money.
From what I hear, it was like over 50 million just in 2018. Those 2 shows that they did, over 50 million that WWE got just for going to Saudi Arabia.
Over 50 million?
Over 50 million.
Just to go over there?
Just to go, man. Just to go chill. And wrestle. It's not that bad.
I mean.
No wonder they were trying
that sounds
no
low.
wonder they gave everybody a bunch of money.
That sounds low.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they probably received more. They probably see something low.
50 million alone, dude? That probably, I mean, I don't know. That probably covers easily most of the personnel. Right? Yeah. Talent and employees.
Yeah, they all received some good money. I'm pretty sure they all received some bonuses or something.
Yeah. So, anyways, that wasn't even the topic. Back to the Baron Corbin and Kurt Angle. 50 million. Back to the Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin. I'm so out of it, dude. I'm so hungry, too. I'm, like, really out of it today's podcast. Just like last week.
The choice was whack. What's next?
Okay, another thing that WWE's been doing to piss on... I know, dude. Another thing that WWE's been doing to piss off people, which... This one's probably more than likely 100% part of a storyline. But nonetheless, it's the Kofi Kingston being defeated last night on SmackDown. So he ran the gauntlet. He beat all 5 men. And then last minute, Vince McMahon says, we got one more person for you to beat. It was Daniel Bryan. He can't beat Daniel Bryan at the end. He's all tired and, he loses. So Kofi Kingston is not going to WrestleMania. So
they have to plan a story.
It's definitely a storyline. Kofi Kingston is going to WrestleMania.
Yeah, he is. They're just gonna plan a story. Now that I remember, I just read the headline that said, that the New Day planning on quitting WWE.
Yeah, and I think that's what they're trying to do.
I think that's the storyline that's gonna happen. They're probably gonna say, you know what, if you're gonna be unfair or whatever, then we're not gonna be here.
We're not gonna play nice. And I think that's what we were talking about. That I think that's what they're going with this, where. I mean, I think I might have noticed a little race thing going on there. Like when they're like, like us people or like us. Yeah, well, I also
when I noticed, I know it has to do a lot. It's funny because yesterday we were watching it and I was telling my girl, I was like, watch, because you know how they put the camera in the back and the New Day was watching it with the Usos, right? And I was like, watch, they're gonna keep coming back and there's gonna be more people every time. Just watch. She was like, that's how I know you watch this. I was like, yep. And look at it. Like by the time it was like full, right?
Is it like Nikki Cross on the floor?
Yeah, I was like Nick is on the floor. I think that has to do also because a lot of people mentioned Kofi. Yeah. AJ Styles mentioned Kevin Owens mentioned
oh, that's right.
So like I feel that all that has to do with the storyline. So I think something else is gonna happen on Tuesday, next Tuesday. Like something drastic has to happen so they can put him in the match. You know what I mean? Because technically Daniel Bryan doesn't have an opponent yet.
Right. There's a lot of people. I guess we're sticking to the WWE has said a lot of people and the road to WrestleMania. There's a lot of people that still don't have matches that you're literally going to try to just throw in a couple of matches. Like, I feel like this buildup has been one of the worst WrestleMania buildups I've ever seen.
Yeah, because I feel like what happened is like they only concentrated on one match. And then like the Becky, like everything was for that one. And it was like, okay, what else? And okay, they added Lesnar and Rollins. And then lately it has been the Kofi thing. And other than that, like the whole AJ and Randy. The Randy is recent. They just pop. I feel like they just popped them together. And then what's his name? Rey Mysterio out of nowhere.
He
challenged Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like things are just like barely now. Just
we still don't know what's gonna happen with the tag divisions.
Yeah, we don't. There's no titles.
Both belts. We don't know. We don't know what's happening with Oscar.
That's true.
We don't know what's happening with Oscar's belt. We don't know what's happening with the women's tag team division.
Oh yeah, they're going to WrestleMania, I think, with Beth Phoenix and
right, and then the Iconics got that big victory on Tuesday
yeah, that
too.
is true.
So you're probably gonna add the Iconics on there, and then Beth Phoenix and Natalia, and then probably
I hate what they're doing with the girls.
I agree.
It sucks. It sucks because they're like not relevant anymore.
Yeah.
Like I like that they're jumping brands and everything. I think that's cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
I was like, but like I'm not gonna lie. Like nobody was really excited that Beth Phoenix came back. Like I don't even think anybody recognizes her as much anymore.
I think how we've talked about before, a bigger excitement would have been if Lita and
I thought
Trish
that was gonna be it. You know, I thought that was gonna be it, but it sucks. Oh, but whatever. Maybe they weren't available. Or they didn't want to do it. Or whatever. So now you got Beth Phoenix and Natalia.
Yeah, and then the Iconics.
And then the Iconics.
And what's happening with the Riot Squad? I would love to see the Riot Squad be part of it.
You haven't seen them in a while.
There's just so many question marks right now on the road to WrestleMania, which is why people might be upset. People might be questioning this WrestleMania.
For real.
Think about it.
I'm just noticing that the Usos have nobody.
They had nobody.
Because they had just had Shane and Mike, Miz.
Yeah.
And the Miz. And they're going to be against each other.
Yeah.
And they have no beef with anybody.
We have, what is it? Is it really 2 weeks before WrestleMania? Let me check. WrestleMania, what is it, 35? I think it's 35. WrestleMania, yeah, April 7th. What day are we in today? I don't know. I'm not good at math. Today's the 20th. About 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
About 2 weeks.
17 days.
17 days till WrestleMania. Yeah. So it's 2 Sundays from this Sunday.
Yeah. It's a week and a half.
What the
2 weeks
hell?
and a half.
And this is literally all we have? This is bad, dude. I mean, I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, this sucks. The card right now.
Now that I realize that, there's really nothing that I feel like they're gonna do last minute.
It's definitely gonna be last minute for Oscar, last minute for the tag divisions, last minute for they've been building a little bit of that little story with the women's tag division, but
I have a feeling that Oscar's probably gonna face Mandy Rose or Sonya Deville.
Probably all three of them.
I think it's gonna be. I think it's probably gonna be a triple threat. And
yeah.
I have a feeling, if they do that, Mandy's gonna pin Sonya.
That would be a way of getting the belt off of Asuka, but do you really want to get the belt off of Asuka this soon?
But the thing is that they haven't done anything with her. They've literally stepped all over her, and she lost to Mandy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that just makes it seem like, okay, she can have an opportunity. So that's the only people I see relevant in order for them to wrestle, because I know Sonya did wrestle Asuka as well, and they had that little interruption in between each other, so I'm sure that's probably built in to be that triple threat match type. But I don't know if that takes away from the triple threat of what's her name? The women, the other one, triple threat.
Bless you.
Dios mío.
Allergies, huh?
Yeah, man. All day, every day. But I don't know, man. That's funny because I actually haven't thought about that, and it's true. Not either Raw or SmackDown, the tag teams are nothing. There's only 3 belts right now that are relevant. No, 2.
I mean, for sure you're gonna have Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston. It's just the story that's leading up to it. You have the Raw Women's Belt, which they've been teasing since like September. Yeah, it feels like. Then you got maybe not September, maybe not more November. Then you've got belt wise. Then you got the Universal Championship, and now they just announced the U.S. Championship, right? We still got Intercontinental Championship. We don't even know what Bobby Lashley and Finn Balor, if they're gonna do that thing.
Oh yeah.
There's still so much to.
I forgot that.
They should turn that one into a ladder match. Stick like 6 people in there, because you can stick Ricochet in there. You can stick a bunch of other dudes in there.
Yeah, they need to do something drastic, because it's right now it doesn't really sound that great.
It doesn't. I don't want to see a one-on-one between Bobby Lashley and Finn Balor.
We already seen that like 3 times.
Stick them into like a ladder match with like 6 other dudes.
Yeah.
You know?
Man, I didn't realize all that. That's crazy.
Yeah, think about it. It's really like it's 2 more weeks of programming for WWE before they have to.
So they have to build up like 3 feuds this next 2 weeks.
I say 4.
Intercontinental, tag team.
Both tag teams, and then it's the SmackDown Women's. Yeah. I mean, in the next 2 weeks, they're probably gonna add 5 more matches.
Yeah, because
at
right
the
now
minimum.
there's like 4, right? It's
title matches. There's 4 of them,
and then
you got the non-title matches with like AJ and Randy, and then you got the Kurt Angle retirement match, and then you've got what other non-title? Oh, Miz and Shane.
You know what I think the tag teams is gonna be? I think it's probably gonna be a bunch of tag teams because you got the Hardys back.
The Hardys,
you got the Hardys back. You got the Bar, so it's probably gonna be like a 4-man.
But then what about on Raw? You got the Revival over there.
I have a feeling that the Revival's probably gonna face
Aleister Black and Ricochet. That would be cool. I'm down for that.
You got some.
I don't. Oh, need tissues.
I'm gonna go to the restroom.
Yeah, go ahead. Go to the restroom. We're live too, John.
We are live.
But yeah. Anyways, the road to WrestleMania, I guess, has been a pretty bumpy one. At least as far as I'm concerned. I know some other people I've been seeing on Twitter that they've kind of concerned about the whole road to WrestleMania too, just because of the last minute matches and some of these things not being really fleshed out, and some of the divisions. What?
Dave Bautista and.
And then Bautista and Triple H.
Yeah, you got that one.
Right? You got that one again. So by the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if there's like 15 matches, bro. Think about it. 15 matches.
That's a lot of matches, though.
That's a lot of matches.
Man, the whole day. I guess we should just go through Raw.
Yeah, let's go through Raw.
It was pretty whack.
It was really whack. This is probably gonna be a short podcast too, just because I know we were both really not into Raw and SmackDown. So Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar, they open up the show with a promo about how Brock will win at WrestleMania. Heyman puts over Drew McIntyre, who made an appearance to show his appreciation. Then Seth Rollins attacks McIntyre from behind to beat him down with a chair. Then Rollins challenges Lesnar to fight him, but Lesnar walks away. So what did you think about that beginning?
It was cool.
Yeah,
he beat the crap out of
McIntyre.
I think it looked like it hurt.
Yeah, he really beat the crap out of him.
He felt the chair got folded in half. Whatever, it got folded, like dented and stuff. It was cool, but it's just there. Yeah, I guess they're trying to hype up the whole match and everything, but the ending of that kind of like slowed the momentum. Like I know where I'm going far into the match, but
yeah,
I don't know. Raw was little.
And you still got that McIntyre and Roman Reigns rumored match.
Yeah, that too.
Which I'm sure it'll probably take another step forward.
Oh, because he said he challenged them.
Yeah,
and Roman Reigns is probably gonna come back on Monday, and probably accept.
And then go ooh yeah.
And Roman Reigns is gonna win.
Yeah,
that's gonna be his
welcome back.
His welcome back WrestleMania moment.
Yeah. Finn Balor and Braun Strowman defeated Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush. So, I mean, I think we all called it that everyone was getting excited. Oh, we're going to get a comeback. Are we going to maybe get Sami Zayn? Are we going to get Bray Wyatt? Who's going to come and be Finn Balor's partner? It was Braun Strowman. It was.
You still got the Battle Royal.
Oh, the Andre the Giant Memorial. I think they're saving that for the pre-show.
That's where Strowman is at now.
At the pre-show. Dude, they really killed his momentum, didn't they? They killed Strowman. Dude, they buried him. They built a star and literally buried him. Yeah. All in the time frame of like 3 months, bro.
He's done technically for now, at least until they find something for him to do.
Dude. No, they literally built him. They were building him as the hottest thing, dude. He was getting better reactions than Roman was during the summer.
He was. Everybody was all about it, but he got killed when he turned heel.
When they turned him heel, he got killed his momentum. Yeah, that's where we're at. Yeah, what you think about the match? Yeah. I'm with you, dude. I'm just not feeling none of this, dude. None of this. I'm not feeling
you would think that these Monday and Tuesday would be lit. You know what I mean? It would be all full of action and all this stuff, but it wasn't that great. Then they got Batista doing that stupid ass interview.
That was dumb too. Was that after? I guess we'll get.
Was it after?
I don't know when. I don't know what it was. It doesn't show it here. Afterwards, we do get a moment of bliss where Elias is the special guest, and he announces that he will be headlining musical act of WrestleMania. Oh God, more crap added onto WrestleMania, right?
Oh Lord.
Well, I mean, I guess I'm looking forward to him just crapping on where are they?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. When Elias is out there and he craps on the city, it's funny.
It is
if
funny.
you know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
That's lately what all they're doing with him. That's another waste of time. I feel it's just a waste what they're doing with him as well. A waste of talent on him. Well, whatever. Alexa Bliss, same shit. Like I don't know what they're doing. I feel like they're just trying to give roles to everybody.
Yeah. Dude, it feels so dumb, dude. It feels like an elementary school when you give like your student a role, like
it's kind of like the appreciation,
right?
Appreciation trophies to everybody.
The appreciation trophies, right? You're like, oh, you are the second line manager. All right, you are the lunch supervisor.
Yeah,
okay.
I really don't know what's going on right now and everything, but yeah, that segment was pretty whack.
Yeah.
So what you got after that?
We got Elias, who defeated No Way Jose. So he was disguised as one of the members of his own conga line.
I remember.
You remember that?
I actually did watch that. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Dude.
That's what I'm saying. They're beefing him with No Way Jose, bro. WrestleMania, No Way Jose and Elias.
Oh, Lord. Dude, I'm really like, there's only a handful of matches that I'm looking forward to at WrestleMania, and everything else just seems like garbage, bro. You gonna come over to my house though for WrestleMania? You and your girl come over.
I think so.
Invite your sister too.
I think so. I think we have a better TV.
Yeah, come on over, and so we can just crap all over it.
She made like that dip again.
Yeah, tell her to bring it over. Tell her to bring like a lot more over though. Like I'm talking about like, you know what she made?
She made it last night.
Triple.
She made it last night.
Like triple. If she's listening or something, we want it triple minimum. Triple.
Hold on.
Because that was a delicious dip.
I'm gonna snap her, and so you can tell her.
Okay, what
Mike,
tell her?
Tell her what you want for WrestleMania.
Okay, so that dip that you made for the Royal Rumble, we want you to bring that same dip for WrestleMania, but we want easily like triple the amount. Not like the same amount that you made for Royal Rumble, but triple the amount at minimum. All right, now
I told them that you made some yesterday, so
look at that Snapchat live, right?
Snapchat all day.
All right. So okay, yeah, Kurt Angle announced we said this earlier. So Kurt Angle announces that he will wrestle his final match at WrestleMania against Baron Corbin.
Oh, man. I'm not gonna lie, whatever. I feel like this whole Baron Corbin thing, I props to him. He's gotten bigger than what he used to be. If people hate him, but people know who he is. You know what I mean? Like his heel thing is working. He's gonna be a bad heel, and
you know what? It's because it's his heel thing. His heel thing is working for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, because his heel's different. You know, he's more of a smart ass.
Well, I think the reason people boo him is not like, oh, we're just gonna boo him, or we're gonna boo Roman, or we're gonna boo Shane McMahon, or we're gonna boo Samoa Joe, whatever like that. I think his boo is more like, bro, we really just can't stand you. It's almost like a Nia Jax boo.
Kind of. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's just like, we just don't care about you. We don't care that you're a heel or a babyface. We just we're booing you because we just don't care, like 0% about you.
Yeah, I can care less. I'm just glad he got rid of that hair and the way he dressed.
Really, you like the way he's dressing now?
He looks better. I'm just not. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's just the hair. You know what
it was? The hair, because he had a bad bald spot.
It's just because he's bald and he had long hair, so it started kind of back here. I'm not shitting on any bald dudes. I'm just saying sometimes when I'm
bald by choice.
I'm just saying, like, if when you know, you know what I mean. They're all like, yeah, fuck this. I'm taking my hair off. You know, but I think he had a little.
And he's young for having that much.
He's young. He's in his early 30s, so he's pretty young to be like that. But anyways, I had seen it on Instagram, and I was like, wow, that's great. And then when he came out and he said it, and then
I'm gonna make a prediction, bold prediction.
It might switch, bro. I have a feeling it might switch.
I'm gonna make a bold prediction. I'm going to say that Baron Corbin and Kurt Angle will start off WrestleMania. Well, not start off the show, but they will have a match at WrestleMania, quick match. But then Kurt Angle might be like, you know what, this is kind of lame. I don't really want this. I took care of it. And then maybe Cena comes out.
I think that Baron Corbin's gonna come out. And somebody's gonna come whoop his ass and take his place.
Sure.
I think that's something like that. How did it happen? Who did it happen lately? This past and they won. Who was it?
I don't remember.
It was an entrance. Oh, how Nia Jax took out R-Truth.
Oh yeah,
you know, something like that.
Rumble, yeah.
Something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like that. I think that's what I was thinking. I was all like, this can't be, because it's like they have to put somebody else.
This is by far one of the most disappointing announcements that we've have heard in a long time.
Yeah, because Angle's huge, bro. Even at his age, whatever, he's been doing it for a long time. He's big, and like people, like you can tell people were not happy.
I mean, there's current wrestlers right now that look up to him.
Yeah,
Chad Gable.
That's why
that's
why he wrestled Chad Gable.
Yeah,
it was a decent match.
Apollo Crews last week. I mean, these are guys that, you know, and that's just to name a few. There's obviously way more people that we might not be aware of that are fans of Kurt Angle that have, you know, watched his career
But he looks in pain, bro. He looks like he's in pain. Like you can look at him and like he could barely. You said that he was barely trying to get up on the ropes.
Yeah,
like he looks in pain, and like that's why he's retiring, because he just can't do it no more. I met
Kurt Angle a long time ago too. I think it was like 2001.
Oh shit!
He was at a Target signing autographs.
In his prime.
I think it was a Target. I remember my brother still found the picture. My brother found his picture that he took with Kurt Angle.
Oh, that's cool.
On like he still found, like, you know, the ones you have to get developed and stuff like that. I don't know where mine is at. I don't even know if we might have developed the film at all, to be honest with you. But my brother was able to find his picture with Kurt Angle, so that's
cool, man. I hope that something else happens. So, WWE is known to do things like that, so you never know.
So Kurt Angle is a Hall of Famer, and there are a lot of people that looked up to him. Kurt Angle was one of my favorites, especially when he was a heel back in the day.
Yeah,
he was one of my favorites. So to see something like that happen, or in an announcement like this, it just really puts a damper on this whole. Yeah, it really put a damper on the whole show.
It might. I think it might change probably last minute.
I
just
think
to surprise people.
I think so too.
And John Cena, believe it or not, will elevate WrestleMania if he does come out.
But isn't it already? But isn't this bad business though?
Because they should be announcing them now so they can make it more hype, right? Yeah, because that would make it would take WrestleMania from here to here, just by literally mentioning John Cena.
Yeah.
But I don't know if maybe next week. I don't know. That's the thing.
They got 2 weeks to change.
They got 2 weeks to change a lot of things.
And luckily, something like this, having John Cena enter that, does not need a lot of buildup because there is history between them.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So if anything, it's like you said, it could change this Monday, or it could change next Monday, or it could even change WrestleMania day itself. Yeah. And it would still be okay. You know what I mean?
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I really hope that they do change it, but it's just, if that happens, then, or maybe like you said, he might beat him, get him his ankle lock, and maybe something else would pop off.
Something, right?
Because he said he wants to beat him, you know, because he hasn't been able to or whatever. But
yeah. So something like that. Hopefully this is not the final match of Kurt Angle, if that's the case. But Kurt Angle does wrestle Chad Gable, and defeats Chad Gable. It was a decent match, actually.
It was cool. It was a decent match. You know, he tried to keep up with Chad Gable's, but you could tell Chad Gable kind of slowed it down. Yeah. For him and everything, but it was a good match. It was cool, and I'm pretty sure you can tell it was Chad Gable's. He looked up to him. You know, they're both. He's an he. I think he wrestled in the Olympics, right? Too, or he did amateur wrestling.
Amateur wrestling for sure.
He did some 100%. Amateur wrestling and stuff like that. So you know, he said that he looked up to him. So I'm sure it was a special match for him. Because I guess they're calling it the farewell tour. The farewell for him. Tour, he's been wrestling different. So I'm sure he's gonna wrestle somebody on Monday that he wants to wrestle. Yeah. He'll probably wrestle somebody before WrestleMania as well. So I don't know. I hope that something else works better. But that match was decent. It was cool.
The farewell tour. I would like for it also to involve SmackDown.
That'd be cool.
You know what I mean? Have him wrestle Raw, SmackDown. I mean, it's just a couple of more matches left. Yeah. I would love to see him go against AJ again. They were going at it in TNA. Maybe another one with Mysterio, Samoa Joe. There's so many guys that I would like to see him go up against. As a one last round.
Yeah, one last round.
You know, so there's. You know, they could have done that. They could, Kurt Angle versus Daniel Bryan would have been cool.
Yeah,
too.
That's cool. Or against Hulk Hogan.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sure.
Oh, jeez. How about we move on from that?
All right. Oh, Kurt Angle.
Sasha Banks and Bayley told Charlie Caruso that they are inducting the Iconics and will appear on SmackDown this Tuesday, which they ended up doing. They were interrupted by Natalya and Beth Phoenix, who challenged them for WrestleMania. The teams bickered and shoved and whatever, setting up a match between Natalya and Sasha Banks. It ended up, just kind of being a like a DQ or something like that, right? Or just like a no contest or something.
Yeah.
Because Nia Jax showed up and distracted them, allowing Tamina to attack everybody. And Nia said they'll see both teams at WrestleMania. So it's already 3 teams already, and then the Iconics will be added as a 4th team. So
it's gonna be like a 4 women.
Yeah. So then I could do without Nia Jax and Tamina and adding an NXT team. That would have been better.
Yeah, but since right now Nia and Tamina are relevant and they're the top tag team heels, somebody has to be in there.
Yeah,
the Iconics are annoying.
Period.
Iconic. Oh Lord Jesus.
Ricochet defeated Jinder Mahal. Ricochet won the match with a 6:30 senton.
I don't remember watching it.
Not a great match. It was mostly here's what Ricochet can do, which we know it's fantastic. But yeah, it was just a thing. It was just a way of getting Ricochet on the program to kind of have him something to do. I guess Aleister Black is out on his honeymoon. Oh,
because he's married, right?
They got married like late last year, but I guess they just got time, which is another reason why Cien Almas Andrade was not there, because Zelina Vega and Aleister Black are married. So
Andrade's sitting back, clapping for his girlfriend, Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair, right?
The way she's shaped. I was telling you, she looks like a T.
Like a what?
Like a T. Charlotte Flair, when she goes like this, and her arms are very broad, and she
does have.
She looks like a T, bro, because like she's very squared.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying, Andrade, bro. No curves.
Oh God.
Anyways,
what were we doing? Yeah, Ricochet. Again, they're gonna have to have something to do for Ricochet.
Yeah, well, he's gonna be gone. I don't think the dude's gonna be gone for that long.
No.
He's probably gonna be back next week.
Yeah. Again, we're missing the Raw Tag Team Champions. There's just so many things missing, and so many things that we could do without. I could have done without that Moment of Bliss segment. I'll tell you that right now. Easy.
It wasn't on Hulu.
Exactly, because it sucked.
The Ricochet thing wasn't on Hulu either.
Oh, it wasn't on Hulu. It was, again, it was more one of those segments where it was just. I think I could have done without that segment, and have maybe one of the revivals go 1-on-1 with Ricochet.
Yeah.
That would have once again just elevated that feud a little bit more, and had Ricochet being able to do something,
Yeah.
And because Jinder Mahal didn't need to be there, we didn't need that. I would have taken a 1-on-1 between Ricochet and one of the members from Revival and stuff.
Believe it or not, Raw sucked.
Yeah. Then we get the Raw Tag Team Championship match between Ronda Rousey, who defeated Dana Brooke in like 15 seconds, dude.
Is that a fill-in, or is it just because they want to give Dana Brooke some TV time?
I think it was a fill-in. I think it was just to show how Ronda is against the authority and F this, F that.
And then you got the husband. That looks like a hard elbow. It was more of a forearm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it wasn't the elbow itself, but still. I was like,
I thought the match was boring.
It was whack, bro.
I thought the end of the match was boring. None of it.
I like Ronda heel. I'm not gonna lie.
Ronda heel's better.
Ronda heel is a better.
Is a better Ronda.
It's better. It goes with her. It goes with she has to be arrogant. She has to be a bitch. She has to be the person that everybody thought she is.
Yeah,
and that's cool.
Just in general, I thought that segment sucked.
Yeah, that segment sucked. It really is. I liked the segment before was even worse. I had worked my ass. What did you tell her? Like I couldn't. Dana Brooke. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Poor Dana. Let's move on.
Batista did an interview backstage via satellite where he explained his grudge against Triple H, saying that Triple H uses and abuses people for his personal gain. He promises once again to end Triple H's in-ring career at WrestleMania.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't kind of excited about it, but just the way they're hyping it up is so horrible. Batista did horrible. I hated this interview. I think it was pointless. They could have gone without it. They could have just kept going with the match. Maybe just keep showing the video. Give it to me. Give it to me. I'll give it to you then. You know what I mean?
That probably would have been better.
I think it would have been better. Just keep looking at that every week. But this whole interview was kind of whack. Like, he just didn't say anything. Like, it was literally, he it sounded like he just didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
Even though maybe it was, I don't know. I don't know if that was the whole point, or he said he was gonna freestyle it or something.
Yeah.
But like, it just didn't. It didn't
work for me.
It didn't work because it was pointless. Like, he said everything that people already know. Like, it's just like whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't like the interview. It was stupid. He's gonna lose either way, so whatever.
I agree. Drew McIntyre challenges Roman Reigns for WrestleMania, claiming that while Roman beat leukemia, he will never beat him.
It should be a good match, though.
Yeah, I think so. I think it should be pretty good.
Match.
Drew McIntyre defeated Seth Rollins after Brock Lesnar's music hits to distract Rollins, allowing McIntyre to hit the Claymore kick for the win. He has now beaten all 3 members. He's pretty much beaten up all 3 members of the Shield all by himself. They're really building up McIntyre. And watch them just kill it.
Nah, I think McIntyre is gonna be not the next Brock Lesnar, but he's gonna be the next one up for the title after Rollins. I think.
Okay, I can.
He's gonna be the heel that's gonna be up there. He's the heel that's gonna be up there because Roman's gonna be around and stuff like that. But you can tell that McIntyre is the chosen one for the heels. Yeah, he's the one that's gonna be running the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and he's the perfect guy to do it. He has been, scraping his way up to the top, and he's already there.
Yeah, I mean, dude has the look. There's no.
He has the look, and the ability he has at the height and the weight that he is.
Yeah.
He's a machine. So, he's doing. So, you know what? Props to McIntyre.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure he's gonna have the championship sometime.
Eventually.
Even by I'm looking by the end of the year, maybe. Even.
I think so. Yeah, sounds about right. What did you think about Raw overall?
Yeah. It was. It's too much going on. That they need to figure shit out.
Yeah.
So
the main event was pretty decent.
Yeah. The main event was a good match.
And then Kurt Angle and Gable was pretty decent as well. Other than that, everything else just fell flat for me. The announcement for Kurt Angle sucked. I didn't care about Finn Balor's partner because it was Braun Strowman. That promo in the beginning, it was okay with the whole Heyman and everybody involved and stuff like that. That was fine. It sucked though too. Natalya and Sasha Banks sucked. The Ronda segment sucked. I mean, the Batista, like we just said, sucked. This was probably a 3 out of 10 for me. It was bad.
It was pretty bad. SmackDown was a little better.
SmackDown was a little bit better for sure. But I still think SmackDown was not that good. But it was a little bit better.
It's just I feel like just because of that gauntlet match.
Yeah. So we open up with The Miz, who's recapping Shane McMahon's brutal attack after their loss at Fastlane to the Usos. So Miz said that Shane wasn't born to be the best. He was born to be the worst because he's a McMahon.
I like the promo. I like this little promo. Miz is good on the mic, bro.
Miz is really good, yeah.
Yeah, so it was a pretty cool promo.
Yeah. So then we get the first match of the night, which we get the Boston Hug Connection versus the Iconics, who end up beating the Boston Hug Connection after a roll-up by Peyton Royce up on Sasha Banks while Billie Kay, held her down.
He held her down, yeah.
For the pinfall. So, yeah, the Iconics getting a big, huge win and making a case to go to WrestleMania.
I mean, that's another team that's actually they have been working. They have been doing what they need to be doing. So yeah, that's cool that they're able to go up and do that.
Yeah. Then we get backstage with Rey Mysterio is with his son Dominic.
Oh, that's what I was gonna tell you, bro. Because
Yeah.
you've seen that his son is actually he's training to be a wrestler.
Yeah,
so
he's training with Lance Storm.
Which
is from what I hear, he's a good trainer.
I was talking to my girl and I told her, I was like, this is how you plug in your son.
Yeah.
I was like, you start off with promos.
Well, I think the reason that they actually did bring Dominic in is because they didn't just bring him in and say, hey, here's my son. I think they're gonna have him get physical. I think Joe is gonna choke him out.
Something's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think Joe's gonna end up choking him out.
But that's what I'm saying. That's how you get your son inside. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, a couple of things about Rey Mysterio that I just saw, that apparently Rey Mysterio applied for a trademark, which they're hinting that this might be his son's name, Prince Mysterio.
That's not bad.
No.
Well, I've seen the videos of his son like training because he's proud. Like you can tell, he's a proud dad, and he puts videos of him wrestling and everything. And it looks good. Him trying the what's it called, Eddie Guerrero's moves and stuff like that in training.
He's bigger, right?
He's bigger. He looks like he's at least 5'10", 5'11", close to 6 feet. I'm not gonna lie. He looks like my height.
Let me see if I can figure out his height, cause let me see height, cause he does look like a big guy. How tall is Rey Mysterio? No, not Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio's 5'6", bro.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio's tiny. But how tall is his? How tall is? No, it doesn't, I can't find anywhere that says how tall he is. How old is he? Oh, he's 21 years old, so that's good age. Yeah, I mean, it's time for him to get physical, I guess, but...
didn't say how tall he is?
No, it doesn't say how tall he is.
Because Rey Mysterio looked like right here to him, and Rey Mysterio's about 5'6". From here to here, it looks like at least 6 inches. So I think he looks like he's at least maybe close to 6 feet.
Close to 6 feet, right?
Yeah, close to 6 feet. So we'll see, man.
He looks heavy-footed, though.
He looks heavy. He looks heavy in total, like a thicker...
He's not gonna be busting out no 619s or anything.
I don't know, but it looks like he's trying to be more agile from the videos that I've been seeing. Like he looks like he's moving around, he's throwing himself and doing things like that. So
you know what? I think might be able. Great for him though, for him to actually use that Prince Mysterio name and actually go to Japan.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I think it'll be great for him. I think that's awesome that they're giving him a little shot right now, where they're giving him some TV time. I'm sure that the door will remain open for Rey Mysterio's son in the WWE eventually. But I think at 21 years old, go travel.
That's how they all start.
Travel. Yeah, go to Mexico early. For a little bit, for a year or two. Oh, my God, look at the wind. It's ridiculous. Look at that.
Oh, señor.
Holy crap. Yeah, go travel. Go to Mexico. Go to freaking Japan. I think that would probably be his best bets. Go do that for like 4 or 5 years or something. Then come back to WWE. You know what I mean? I don't know. I would do that. I would think at 21 years old, you still have not experienced like wrestling-wise culture for you to, I would think a good time for you to be at the WWE would be from your mid to late 20s.
Yeah, at least do the whole traveling. Get that money
there. Do the traveling first. Do the grinding. Go. Learn some styles. Go learn.
He needs to because the name that he's gonna carry, is big. It's kind of like Charlotte Flair with Flair. It's a big name, and it's you like it's like even you have to be good.
And the thing with Charlotte's already in her 30s, and when she got signed by WWE, she was in her late 20s. Yeah. The reason she's really good is because she's athletic. She's one of the most athletic.
If you're naturally athletic, it's easier for you to. I feel. I'm not professional, but it feels like it's easier for you to pick up the wrestling because it's a lot of moving, it's a lot of running. It's if you're athletic, you can be that high flying type. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see what's in store for him. We'll see what. But you're right. I have a feeling he might be part of the storyline because he even talked. Because he said, that he's a bully, and that his dad, that's what he's gonna do best is shut up bullies. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
And Rey Mysterio's problem, I always felt that Rey Mysterio's problem has always been promos. Now he's not a horrible promo guy. He really isn't. I've seen way worse promo guys, but I think Rey Mysterio's problem he's a decent promo guy.
He shows everything in the ring. He's more of a ring guy than a promo guy, and I think that. His son's gonna have to really work hard on working on his promos and stuff like that. Yeah, it's because you gotta find a character. You gotta find. I feel like you need to find that identity of yourself. You know what I mean? And whatever I know WWE is more micromanaged when it comes to your character, but you gotta adapt to that. But we'll see. We'll see what it is. From the looks of it, he might be good. But the thing is that you're carrying a huge name.
You are.
So you have to be good unless you just want to end up like Michael Jordan's son.
That's why you go do something else.
Yeah,
I mean, right now, what are you looking? You're looking at LeBron's son playing basketball, right? I'm like, man, I will go do something. I will go be a boxer. I will go be a baseball player. I'll go be a football player.
It's hard. A different sport. It's hard to follow footsteps of a legend. It really is because it's like shit. And when you're gonna be carrying that name,
there are very few who have exceeded. The Rock is one of them.
Yeah.
But his dad was not really a legend. and I guess his grandfather might have been. I guess I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell. But there are very few people that have exceeded their legendary fathers.
Well, Randy Orton. Orton's another. Even though Bob Orton wasn't that huge either, he's known, of course, he's a Hall of Famer and everything. But I don't think he ever even held the title, did he?
I don't know.
I don't think he did.
We weren't even born.
We weren't even born. He was in the 80s, early 80s, 70s. But yeah, I get it. So we'll see what ends up with Prince Royce.
No, but I'm telling you, the reason he's there is he's gonna get choked out by Joe.
Probably, and then that's just gonna make it even huger with Rey Mysterio, and you never know. The dude's probably gonna be on his corner.
Yeah. Kevin Owens hosted the KO show with Becky Lynch and Charlotte, which turned into an all-out brawl between the two contenders. And is that what she said?
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, because this is what she made last night,
bro. Dude, why did she made last night? You didn't bring some today.
I forgot, bro.
You son of a bitch! What the hell, dude? Oh my god! I forgot.
It was just there, and I was like, for show.
Jeez, dude. Oh man. And I give you water, dude. Fuck this. Give me my water back.
Give my water back.
Give my water back. Kevin Owens. Oh yeah. So Becky Lynch and Charlotte turns into an all-out brawl and then just randomly goes into commercials. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. Just a brawl.
Yeah, it was a bad brawl.
Yeah,
it wasn't really.
So then WWE announces that AJ Styles versus Randy Orton is official for WrestleMania. Then Daniel Bryan gets a promo on Kofi Kingston not deserving the title shot, and then we start with the gauntlet match, where Kofi Kingston defeats Sheamus as the first opponent. He pins Sheamus after hitting the Trouble in Paradise. Then he defeats Cesaro after landing the SOS. And then he defeats Eric Rowan by disqualification after Rowan hits him with a chair.
Yeah. And that was smart though, the way they did that. Yeah, because they're all like he has to do something because he can't just beat him. Like that dude was huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was cool.
Then Kofi defeats Samoa Joe after a muscle buster pin. Like he countered a muscle buster, the Joe's finisher there. And then Joe, chokes him out, and then he defeats Randy Orton with a roll up to earn his title shot against Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. But then Vince McMahon comes out and says you have to beat one more person. And then it's Daniel Bryan. He cannot defeat Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan pins him after doing the running knee, taking away his promised title match at WrestleMania. So what did you think about the gauntlet match?
The gauntlet match itself was awesome. It's just more again, and I feel like this is just WWE's way of showing that Kofi Kingston is worthy, and he's a huge talent. Like they literally just made him beat all the top stars from SmackDown.
Yeah.
And so we know that this is Vince McMahon's way of just prolonging the match and putting him in WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And everybody hates Vince McMahon, so that's why he's the one doing it. And it's perfect. I think it's perfect the way he does it or whatever. So
I mean, Vince McMahon's pretty much the storyline. Pretty much here is that Vince McMahon is bullying Kofi Kingston.
Yeah, technically.
I mean that's pretty much what the storyline is. So the gauntlet match was cool. I thought the gauntlet match was cool. There's a couple of times where I was like, okay, and then there's a couple of times where I was like, all right, that's not that bad. But in general, it was fine. But the storyline, it's going to eventually lead to Kofi Kingston being added to the main event.
I now believe that Kofi Kingston is going to win the title.
I'm starting to believe that as well.
I think so because imagine, this is like I told you last time, they're hyping the crap out of this. And they're making it like, I'll bet you even probably to the last Tuesday, they're probably going to give him the opportunity. Right? Surprised, So it's like, okay, you did all this. He bitched this whole time to get there, and in a good way because he deserves it. And they made this huge thing to get to WrestleMania and lose.
Yeah. I mean, it drained sucked the air out of the whole place.
But I think it's good that he lost to Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he's going to come back and be like, he already lost him, so he needs to beat him. So it's like, how those times where it's rare when you beat him once and you're going to beat him again the next time? Yeah. It's really like a WWE hardly does that. So it's like, that's why I'm like, he's probably going to win it. And like we've been predicting that he might lose it soon, right away or something. But he's going to get that WrestleMania moment. And I hope he does because I believe he does deserve it. And, but after it was a shock. I really wasn't. I wasn't. I thought he was gonna win it, and that's it.
Yeah.
And that he was gonna do it. But because it caught me off guard because I had seen Instagram post
Yeah.
of WWE, and it was him like this with the New Day, but it looked like he was happy.
Yeah.
And I was all like, oh,
Well, he
shit.
was when it
Well, yeah,
finished.
that's the one I saw,
Yeah.
but I didn't read the caption.
Okay.
And I was mad, and I told my girl, I was like, damn, I already got spoiled. And she was like, don't tell me. And I was all like, okay, cool. So I was watching, and then so it caught me off guard.
Yeah.
And when he announced that he was gonna fight Daniel Bryan, I was like, okay, he's gonna lose.
Yeah.
So see what's gonna happen after that. But other than that, SmackDown was better than Raw. It wasn't that much better.
Yeah.
I think just the gauntlet match itself was because that was why it's a little better. So I give it like a 5.
Yeah, SmackDown was definitely better, but I think the idea of the build up for WrestleMania is what maybe made me upset with this week's WWE, with this week's Raw and SmackDown,
because it's so uncertain. It doesn't. By this time last year, that we literally knew most of the matches.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. We knew what was going on, and excuse me, right now it's more of like, oh shit, what's gonna happen?
Again, like in SmackDown, they left off Oscar, they left off the tag belts. What are we doing with those two? Those two are important as well. You know,
everything was about Kofi this time though, because like after the first hour. No. The first hour was just like their matches, and then from 9 to 10 was all Kofi.
Yeah,
was all Kofi. So it's I don't know, man. We will see.
Yeah. Anyways, you have anything else to add? We done really quick this week.
Nah, man. But you're right. We're just hoping it gets better. I hope next week is better. I hope, because if it's better, our podcast is a little better, and we're not bashing on everybody and everything.
And I keep telling people, it's like, this is what happens when we just don't feel it that week, or it shows in our podcast because we're just not enthusiastic. We're just not excited to talk about it.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on with it. Like I told you, I kind of even was kind of off.
Yeah.
Like watching it, like I was kind of dozing out. So I'm like, when I feel like that, it's just boring. You know what I mean? So like we've talked about it before, how we take hours to watch this. You know, it should be good.
It's literally
you know
5 hours out of our week.
Yeah, it should be good. Even though I watch it doing stuff because I got to, because that's just long.
Yeah, it is.
But like I try to watch it live because it's better, and everything. And just watching this last week and past last week has just been whack. So it kind of makes you like, do I really want to watch it, or just wait to see who won? You know what I mean? Exactly. Or just wait till Hulu cuts it 1.5 hours and tells me what really happened. You know what I mean?
I'm starting to think about that too. I'm starting to think I'm trying to just watch it on Hulu or something.
I'm being serious. Like I told you, like I literally went because I have that app that I can watch. I mean that website that you can watch the whole thing, like all 3 hours. And then I was watching Hulu, and I was watching the matches that were taken out. Yeah. And I realized why they take them out, because they were boring. They was just those fill-in matches they just threw on in or whatever. Yeah. And they just put the important ones that matter and the important storylines and everything. So 1.5 hours of Raw is a waste, guys. Even maybe, I think just an hour. Like we talked about this, 2 hours would have been good, but whatever. Let's not get into that.
Let's not get into that topic. Anyways, as the road to WrestleMania continues, we will hopefully be more excited next week as maybe things kind of clear up a little bit. Yep. The road is not maybe so bumpy that we can at least have a nice drive to WrestleMania. It's only 2 weeks left. We got to have a nice little commute, right? But anyways, I guess that is it for us today, guys. Thank you for joining us on the Below Average Wrestling Podcast. Make sure you guys follow us on Twitter and on Instagram at TBAW Podcast. That is TBAW Podcast. You have finally started adding some stuff in it.
Yes,
too.
sir. I'm going to add some stuff today, too. I know I've been lacking it, but let's do a silent laugh. You remember I used to those?
Oh, that's right.
You told me not to silent laugh.
I was like, dude, stop doing silent laughs, bro. People can't hear you. You see, on the podcast, people are like, what the hell's going on right now?
He's like, why is the dude having a stroke?
He's having a stroke. Anyways, guys, make sure you guys follow us on... I already said that. Make sure you guys also check us out on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and every other place you can find podcasts. We are also live every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on YouTube TV.
Follow me on Twitter, Detailing Poppy. I try to be on them, but like, I think the last time I said something dumb, I don't remember what I said. I think I can.
You probably did. All right. Anyways, guys, make sure that hopefully we have a better Raw next week. So we will see you guys next week.
I said follow me. All right, peace out.